Today, the 5th day of October 2020. We want to lay on a table the expectation where people then begin say today, former President Koroma go meet with ACC, where ACC get few questions them for ask him. But however, that meeting day not take place today. Instead, they don't push him to Thursday. Waiting do, you go carry inside the program. But one or two things then they will happen over this weekend. And I think say maybe on Saturday, we were able to lay them things on the table. But one part of the thing there, now the new clock tower na Kenema. I don't know if you don't see them, but I believe say if you dey follow we na Facebook and also the news channel na YouTube, you suppose for don't see them. The new clock tower na Kenema. A lot of people, that's not what we're talking today, but this time something will just happen over the weekend. No, not small, but not what we talk about. A lot of people, they say they like the old clock tower than the new one. Some people, they say they like this new one because there is a tower in Dubai where I like this new one, the same one. It's I don't know if a carbon copy, a photocopy, or a falamakata, I don't know which one. But other people then they say, therefore we don't work on the old one we did it, because we all just looking at the picture, if they show you clock tower, you're able to talk, say, yes, oh, this one, na Kenema. But other people, and they say, what's wrong with this new one? It's beautiful. Eh? So why people don't forget problem with her? Because it's nice. Other people, then they say, that's a wrong move for go paint that new one the white. Because that area they self alone, I think we should have a footage of that area there. See that area there alone, where you see go kanji snow. I say, well, we already there in the season, so season we go come again. And then say we go sit down, the dust and the rain, the poto, then we forget first saying a white safe. Well, it's going to be a test for Kenema City. They now have a beautiful clock tower, because we all know how the last one be tandy. No good. It was not maintained. This one na Afrisel, na the financer, na the bill and back. You know then call them Madabio Clock Tower. Madabio Clock Tower, na name. So if we see that clock tower, they begin go out of shape. If they don't maintain them, from the mayor to the person in Nemo, then give the clock tower. You just start calling born picking and get your name. Not so. You go say, no, you're not able there. But if then left and he go out of hands, the person says, way na name, then put by that clock tower, go ask some question. Because it's a beautiful infrastructure, but we problem na salon na maintenance. Then another thing, we all be see the sculpture where they make for the former president and his by Koroma. We see him, how they build him. Now we see another one where they do at the tower for President Bio. Me, I don't know if the M people in the can go fend for make them thing in the. Why they need to defend the right people? There are people in Sierra Leone that are very, very good. Where if they build one for you, if na you yourself then use, you go, then go feel say na you dandy. I don't know if the people away then can go give or make, if not because of say, or maybe then go say to the past, say, na dandy la be make am on a that. Is it whether they make them or who knows how to make it? Because the Audengi former President Koroma for birthday, that day not correct. The Auden go put back na that tower day. That day back not correct. Look now how Auden be make for late Monsieur Fadika. Yeah? And I know we have people in Sierra Leone that can do the perfect job, not even say better, the perfect job. But whenever it can get something for do with them politicians there, I don't know. They're not able to get the right people forget the right sculpture for all them people here. Waiting do? I think we need to investigate that. Or now the feeling know the people can get what them people and then can portray. My question no matter ask her. But I believe say in a country, this time of country, like the tower is so beautiful. Then they will take that is not correct too. I don't know who that be see don't say we can look at we say, oh yes, let's I'm big. It's not correct. If you know say you go watch back. Yeah? But they come go inside with program, make we look within the COVID-19 status update look like for today. 193 tests, 9 the labs they analyze. 193. Out of that 193 day, 0 was positive. 0 was positive. So for today, we get 0 new cases. Whether one they make it still team up, the confirmed cumulative cases them still stand at 2,269. For the past 24 hours, nobody no died to COVID-19. So himself, not 0. So we still don't lost 72 people to COVID-19 na salon. The one them were in isolation center na 491. The one them we recover from COVID-19 for the past 24 hours na 0 back. Well, yanda we for like for make we get number there. Yanda not for be like 0, but however, yanda na 0 back we get nobody no recover from COVID-19. The one them were in quarantine na 273, and the one them were on discharge from quarantine na 11,408. Make we look na the Mano River Union countries them, make we see waiting upon there for coronavirus. Sierra Leone 0, Guinea 19, Liberia 1, and Ivory Coast 33 new cases. Where the Mano River Union countries them for today no more, then get 53 new COVID-19 cases. Now the world. Cumulative death. Sierra Leone, 72, Guinea, 66, Liberia, 82, and Ivory Coast, 120. No changes, no there, and the total, now still 340. So now so the COVID-19 status update look like. We want can go inside we program proper. Things then done they develop rapidly, since we the white paper come out nado. The white paper where everybody be the wait for. It finally come out. Where it come out, there was a travel ban issued. And after this travel ban, they say people for begin report to ACC because ACC self get seen them way the Commission of Inquiry not be look at, but then send them make ACC in deal with them deeply. And the former president in them be get some cases them way for answers to ACC. So last week, ACC be command. The former president say today, Monday, if for appear na the office na friton. Well, talks then begin go back and forth till okay, say well, you know go come friton again, but then go do an amakeni. So as we all be the way to say that one they go happen today, we begin for land now say it not they happen today again. But not for say don't cancel. It was postponed till another date, when a Thursday. And then they deal with now, say, okay, well, former president, you get for go down there on Thursday, here in ACC and all these things. Another press release come out from the government of Sierra Leone, a status. For say, because of the commissions of inquiry, remember that travel ban. Remember them people, the name will show up inside the white paper. And say, civil and public servants then, therefore step aside. Therefore step aside first. Some people, they say, they should have known better. Is it that now because people and don't they cry, say, why make the see and say, well, look, they want to have the name day, then still in at the office and the work, this and that, then get for God for stay. Well, press release come on. When that press release come out, Chief Alhaji Samsumana, this morning, himself began to talk on Star TV. Would upload them on Facebook, maybe on our YouTube, maybe during the week we'll go upload on the phone. Inside it, himself be condemn the white paper, himself say the commissions of inquiry are just waste of resources and waste of money and all these things. And himself be pinpoint say, look at them, people them, we still serve now the government. If the government say they really and truly they want to fight this thing wholeheartedly, then supposed for make them people and this step aside. So when this press release come out, what do you think say happen? The Chief Alhaji Samsumana in campaign, in entourage, in one the way lekam. They say, well, you see, Chief don't talk. Not until when Chief talk. Now, then pull press release for say, make them people have step aside. Because the Chief in voice. Now, in ebiso, I made them people there be able for listen. I made the president listen. And I make it put them aside. Salon. Now, what's in the camp of Chief Alhaji Samsumana say, what to me say. But if you don't follow from last week, even on Saturday, myself talk now. See? They want the way still they serve now the government, they need for step aside. So let me say, na me been talk. Or my own voice not be bigly. Eh? Alright. But the press release don't come out anyway. They're not calling more. But we know who are than they talk. The press release say, The general public is hereby informed that His Excellency the President has directed that all, not to one, not to two, not to three, but all current civil and public servants who have been named inside the report of the Commissions of Inquiry 2020 and the accompanying white paper for acting improperly with respect to the use of public funds are relieved of their duties with immediate effect until appeal process is concluded. They are what? They are relieved of their duties with immediate effect until the appeal process is concluded. The appeal process. We'll only wait for the appeal process day. So now they're not going to say again. They're not going to say again, nah, nah, one man and they go after, eh? So now the whole man, when I say when I go with the cow civil society mambu, they say they need for open the appeal court. The cow Kaifa self, they say they need for open the appeal court. The cow man, they say they need for open the appeal court. So they expect Dennis, Van de Self for begin say, una need for open the appeal court. All manner for begin la, una need for open the appeal court because the line they can longer. Yes, the line they can long now. When we go see after the appeal, how many people go come back and take their seats? So fire them, would they relieve them until they don't appeal done. Until they don't clear their name, then done. But we will still wait. How many go get that seat again? Are we going to see another press release? We go appoint people and for full up the gap first? Because the Minister of Agriculture is there. Oh, you can say, come off it, AAA, the minister gets a deputy, you know. So if the deputy not able to do the job, why do we have a minister and a deputy? Nothing so not get money, we need for cut that off. He's alone. So when I for short term no more, oh, why would they wait? Because remember, the Minister of Labour, where he be there on the warm up side. Nobody no sit down in chair. Take it on the back. It makes sense to you? The Minister of Agriculture, and we don't push them for agriculture. Now the minister, they don't leave him, make you go with force. When is he going to come back? How the agriculture will thrive? The deputy didn't notice so? Not true. The deputy didn't. Okay. Make we can now to why make ACC say the meeting. Is it a meeting or an investigation or an interrogation? Because if an investigation, it should be an interrogation. I don't know. But, okay. The former president, and it's by Koroma, for meet with ACC. If you listen exactly, you go get to understand, say, the process where ACC they do now, not seem the way people in the try for portray them. Now, so me feel. What make us say that? ACC say, the lawyers then say, they want to forget a paper them. Because of the things they wouldn't ask, the time too short. It's like then give them priority for making able for go defending himself. So you get a chance for get all the papers them. We in need for go. Is that, okay, we get this thing for you now, huh? The academic, you can't tell we how you pass and pass and pass. So the former president, getting lawyers them, they say then defend the paper then go with the paper them, the document, go with them. But the commissioner don't tell we say, inside the room, now just the former president they want. Yes, he said that on AYV. Well, then say, well, if the former president not come, if he send person, he said no. Now the former president safe for come. If now the former president safe for come, why are they bargaining with the lawyers? You know, sometimes people, if you say, oh, we just try for pick on ACC. But other times, ACC back need for relax before then they engage the public. Because whatever they tell we, now who have they use against them. Eh? For peace, for rain, you go say yes. For understanding, so that nobody no go say now which one's now this, now that. You go say, okay, yes. I think it's just right for make them say, okay, now this, go fair and calm. So I hope, say this time when they don't get them, then they no go back and say they no get some paper they owe. But while they look inside this small, wait till I just talk so. Because if an investigation, then they give you time more. For say you go find paper. You go come first guy explain. Then the paper then go recount later. But they say, everything will happen now on a precedent. Whatever they set, tomorrow they are already in a power now, instead of go there on the opposite side. So everybody for act courteously. I talked to some people yesterday in a salon. We don't even know say them be don't postpone. Some man they tell me say, hey, then they panic, the dog then they back, the police then they open door. I was like, man, una sabi take something out of. I say, first of all, they don't postpone as efforts. He talk to. And sometimes we then at the diaspora, they get the news self past the one they were inside salon. But again, civil servants them more. And then a public servants now. Eh? Me then step aside. Because the way out and they work out with this thing here now, then go come with full speed, don't a mass break. Then you want Alexander reverse and the reverse, but you want Alexander stall, or I was trying to say now static on a static. We don't want that. But again, they say because of security situation, you cannot doubt that. You know they get security intelligence. You don't know what's in the go on. The peace will get to there, want them. Want with money, but still let want peace back. Make it out us friend, make we what's in us friend get for we today. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, hello Triple. Thank you very much for giving the platform. And welcome to all the listeners and viewers here, wherever you did. Morning and afternoon, we say welcome. This anti-corruption committee, the investigation where they don't just issue back, see then invite the ex-president Koroma for can answer to some issues one about 18 issues where they filed for them. But the one where they always mention as in link issue All right. So waiting me just want for take into here. Say first of all, we don't the CCS now misinformation now would get, and not that we not trust the ACC, but we try to look now the ACC about the area now wherein the information wouldn't they bring, it look somehow based on the population we then get, and the number of that population they we made up of people and we they're educated, but in terms of for able for understand and perceive message, interpret and quick, they're smaller. So you will find most of the time in the first place, then the ACC for act in a very kind of professional way. Not that they are not professional, but in other words, some other areas, they therefore they look at the population, the people they deal with, how they go able for pass message, what the message will disseminate to them, or in a way go reach them, then they go able for take them. So that you know go reflect on other areas, like now relatively for today it affect them as a Monday. People even look at Black Monday, people in class are in different way. And we know how social media they pass. So when social media they pass to young man there, and then a community, so man it go, it in up, so it talk, then they round, circle, then attire base. Then you see how the information they go. Then finally the people and they take and now interpret them in the way it can be positive way, or it can be the way we go reflect on the education, like today school they open. But the area we have to talk now, what thing will make the ACC they actually able for understand them now the community and the civilians there or the citizens them, what thing they will able for understand what they do now the way what they need for make up their platform. First of all, they go look say not to a political approach than they do to anything what they do. We then they try very hard for they do. But in certain instances, they wouldn't don't come inside that other situation where we don't build up, we not therefore know how we go address them. Now we come to how they address this issue of changing time and changing place. Last week, we see how Francis Ben Kaifala, when they ask him regarding about the Yeri rumor say, because the rumor don't come before even they say out. But because the information leaked in some way to the one that we're ready for pass the information, but then delay, so the only way he give the information, now the mass media owner AYV these days with another minister who them been indicted. So they may be as guests. But what he say, when I ask him why, if not true, say they don't change the place, then they go meet the president, instead of the president can't at the headquarters. So now he say, okay, the president don't give him based on the reason, say, he don't say, he not look, feel secure in terms of the state security. Not for saying he not secure in that way, but he tried to mention back the security issue. And then he mentioned about indignity based on he don't be a leader, and then coming with how people then go interpret them, say so and so. So, and then again, they try to avoid a spiky environment wherein something goes spark up. So now I give them point there to the ACC. Now in Ben Kaifala say, yes, they don't look into anything there. So then they plan for go meet and McKinney. Okay. Where by right info kind of freedom, but because of that, I don't change that. So now that one, he first tell we, he say they don't agree, but they're not going able to tell when. So over this short period between the weekend now, we don't see waiting the changes then come. Then bring up the issue now, say, now the lawyer then back up ask, let them extend the time. When you look at how the second phase of the lawyers extending the time, they have come with an area of scrutiny of the concern about the how they go able for do things then when they go able for meet up the ACC then demand. All what I try for bring finally is to say again and reinforce them, let ACC get a very good approach to some of these things so that they're not going to get a backfire. Because when people in the comment about the waste of money, well, we're not going to say it's a waste of money. But when you look at the individuals who they'll not be able to tell you exactly, but for some reason, the information they can always take. Because I like to them, they say, I say, I able to get some of the information. It's $10,000 for each of the three judges them wouldn't give. And at 3 months, so each of them get 90,000, 30,000 US dollars each. So a total of about $10 million US dollars. sorry, 100 million. Sorry about that, math. 100 million, because 100 million with other things they wouldn't go. But all I try for say no more is to avoid these things tomorrow. What money no will go like them, thing and nip and other things. Then now then will able to act, because now they set a pace, a platform where the civilians and go see what they don't do. People are within a civil work place where they work in a civil servant, they will know say this is a public service. I have to give an account tomorrow. I have no way to play around saying, I mean, mama, when I'm picking up on I build this house. Or some of the information when a forensics when we will forget, when they get her now, then you begin to complain. So all these kind of things, now the platform and the approach where ACC get for do with this thing, not a political basis, not on any bias basis, because when you look at the reform what they make, this why I wouldn't do the Amendment Act in 2019. What in and do the 3 areas they wouldn't look, they say for declare your assets, how you solicit and obtain undue advantage and other related matters. But that undue advantage and other related matters that you know will get, for say you get advantage when a law or because of this. So that let them go able to act on based on what they don't base and act to make. So now the only thing that I want to do for take for tonight. But in the end, corruption is not the way to go forward. You see? Now for increase the knowledge of the citizens and more in terms of this. Because when they increase the knowledge of the citizens of what in ACC they actually do and the purpose when they do, and they see what it reflect on each area, not to when then go one thing happen, people then go question. Then we're not going to wait for can explain it in a way people then go understand. So they bring hiccups. But in the end, they are doing a very good job, but there is still more to be done. But the only thing, what they don't do so far, I go say thanks, but they have more to do so that all this shred of doubt we can build, we then go able for use for interpret for say, oh, now this one happened. Or then go get people who then they go cajole say, we not come, no can't join, we don't do this. So all those kind of things are go there because man knows say what they don't take, and the country, I don't see the evidence. Now this why that money they get for this development here. And I don't see the evidence of them where they don't bring. So but all I they try for say no more, then I think Andy. Thank you very much for giving the platform for tonight. I'm going to take for that one day.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't get Usman Tholi. I know say it's been a while. Yes, Usman Tholi, you're live on here, sir. What do you get for it today?
Okay, thank you very much, AAA, for giving me the platform, and I will like to thank everybody for coming today, for listening. I want to say he asks a very critical question, very, very sensitive. Why ACC postponed the meeting with the former president managed by Koroma? I think it's very sensitive. The sensitivity of this today, we realize that right now the streets of Freetown, a lot of people then they now go do business today. The streets relatively quiet, as you know, Monday normally in Pretoria and quite a busy day. But today, the normal traffic we see in Pretoria will not see that much. So that was due to the fact that a lot of people and they facing today the questioning of the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone what happened today. Let's start by answering the question. Why they postponed the meeting with former president? As you listen to the interview, AAA, the interviewee when I think Mr. Vande, he make it quite clear. He say the lawyer or the lawyers then for the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, he writes clearly to ACC, tell them say they don't receive, but there are a wide range of issues, complex issues, and it's critical. So let them give them time, but let them look at those issues so that they will know how to respond to these issues. I think it's important. I think it's understandable. Yeah, and as I think say there's a point to make them give them time, because we all know the sensitivity of the matter. So if they ask for time, I think they make the Anti-Corruption Commission give them up to Thursday for the interview of the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I think I think everybody go agree on that, because as you listen clearly to the audio, AAA and others, they say 18 files. Yeah? So then they look at 18 critical issues, main issues, will pertain to the former President Ibiki. So those 18 issues, including the one we therefore do with the Chinese mining company, we talk about the procurement of the 100 buses, the NASIT funded market construction project, and several other things where the ACC, they look at critically. So I think it makes sense for them to give the lawyers for making critically look at those issues. And the other critical side, we also the public as well as Anti-Corruption Commission, they look at the venue inside the interview they take place. I think Anti-Corruption Commission don't agree for go meet His Excellency the President. Now the Anti-Corruption Commission in office, in head office, in office na Makini. I think so most likely, although they will still deliberate on them, but most likely, I think so the interview therefore take place. Now let me argue on the issues here. Let me speak to the issues here. I have to be clear about this. Corruption is a cancer to Sierra Leone. We all know that. A good number of we know say the status where we did today, where we people where they suffer in this country day in and day out, the main cause of this is corruption. So the fight against corruption is important. Yeah? And we all listen to the Corruption Perception Report recently, where we all don't deliberate. Now, this is very forum. According to the Corruption Perception Report, it says they interview the people where they interview, where based on perceptions of people, what people think. Then give 3 reasons. 70% of the people say the main cause of corruption, 1, they say na greed. 2, they say na poverty. 3, na because of lack of integrity. But I think say it should have been the other way around. The reason is corruption na the cause of all those things. Corruption I make today we poor like our person. We all know, no secret about this, that we country not poor. We get a lot of mineral resources. We all aware of it, and this is important. Where they argue in terms of party lines or whatever, a good number of we suffer today because of greed, because of this same corruption we talk about. Yeah? So I think the fight against corruption is important, and that it should not be politicized. I'm afraid. Because corruption don't kill me, mama. It don't kill a lot of people, and because medical facility, or the rules are poor, everything is not going well because of corruption. And I think if we all get for fight corruption, we all get for accept the responsibility. It's everybody's fight, not of one man fight. However, having said this, and this is critical as well, yeah, the fight against corruption should be open. There should be no sacred cow. And this is what everybody has been arguing for. When we fight corruption, yeah, left no stone unturned. Yeah, anybody will become a victim. Yeah, it will be penalized. I think this is an important step. Today, we don't see Usai, the former vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Wissam Soumana, as you rightly mentioned, AAA, categorically say the Commission of Inquiry is flawed. Because to a very large extent, you get a large number of people where then at the least, now this present government, still they serve the government. And genuinely, if you fight corruption, those who are in the present, when and then are the present government, when are all important roles them, and therefore get rid of them. That show, that they demonstrate, see, the fight against corruption, there is no sacred cow. I think it's important. And I think this is why I support the idea. This press release will come out from the office of the press secretary and the presidential spokesman, will state clearly, say, all the one then with a name then at the white paper. Yeah? All the one then with a name then at the white paper, when they start the present administration, then they release them of their duties until this Court of Appeal is concluded. I think it's one of the best way to happen so far, to be honest with you. Because that is the popular view of most people then. How you go say the fight corruption when the same people then, when they were responsible for that corruption, are still in administration? How will you trust the process? This is a critical question. How will you trust a process where somebody has been allegedly accused of corruption and is still in the administration? They serve the government. I think it's important that we all accept that this step where His Excellency, the President, Julius Maada Bio take today to relieve the people that were in the current administration, where they know alleged and say the name they name at the white list and they serve the present government, therefore relieve them in duties until investigations and appeals have been exhausted. I think that is the best one, the best way forward. But to be honest, AAA, the fight against corruption, the need for intensify. As I speak to you, I know, we all know, forget about politics, forget about green color, forget about red color, forget about rainbow color, forget about all the colors. Today, for people when they die in this country, like and they die so, people when they suffer, the main cause of all this is corruption. That is it. Yeah? As we say again, I emphasize, and I therefore emphasize on this, there should be no sacred cow. Yeah? This is what they talk, when they talk about the present government. Yeah? This is why they suffer a lot of criticisms. Because, we think, say, then they do them on the basis of that philosophy of sacred cow. We don't want any sacred cow. We need everybody involved. Yeah? And one popular statement we elect from His Excellency, the former president, he said, and for those who are arguing for him, I think it's important for them to understand this. He said they use all democratic and legitimate means to make sure, say, clear your name. I think that is it. If you know, say, you're not involved in corruption, you are genuine, there's no need to be afraid. There's no need to politicize the situation. All you need to do, the appeal court is there. Yeah? And the whole world works. Yeah? Go and defend your name. Those who are politicizing the situation, they are wasting their time. I think the law is there. And one thing I also want for let this corruption intensify, this is serve a warning to the present government. All those in administration, I think we need to draw a line. I'm not saying what the present government to do is right, but there must be a line. And for the fact that the present government also they implicate themselves under this process, under this same process, because themselves tomorrow, they therefore do the same. They therefore give an account. But overall, for Clanton, I think there was a little bit of small amount of quietness in Africa. There was some amount of quietness in Africa. So I will stop here. I'll give a chance to other panelists. Thank you very much, AAA, and thanks to everybody. But we safe and sound Africa. We hear everything is okay. And so that's it. Thank you, AAA.
All right. Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was Usman Toli reporting live from Freetown. So the coverage business, but Ufet today. Mofet today, and we gladly will be able to get Usman Toli again on the air. We go try. It costs too, but we go try. We go see how we go do them. Yeah? Make we come with doctor. Make we waiting doctor get for you today. Yes, doctor, you get the platform.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And I hope everybody did do well. Thanks to Usfred and Usman Toli for their submission. And we wish Usman Toli all the best out there. And also we want to wish brother Patrick, speedy recovery. We hope, the Almighty Allah take control over his health. And all the one, then we also go through some health issues. I know Safia to the last time, Triple mentioned, as well as Amanatu, we pray for now all. We wish a speedy recovery, and we hope everybody stay strong, be strong, just know hashtag Salon Strong. We will do well, and I'm sure each Australian, they pray for me. In terms of today's topic, I want to say it is hard to fight corruption in Sierra Leone because, everybody gets their own take or perception in how they see corruption. But we foresee corruption as a big problem now we nation, they go forward. Everybody that really want for La Salon go forward gets to see corruption as the problem where we face now the nation in order for we come to development, we come to, the basic human needs that we ask for. And the fact that they postponed the meeting today with the former president, whatever the reason is, with the hope saying that something we then will address quickly. They're not going to wait until the problem die down, and then, for make Sierra Leone and still saying a statement no more, that now they already see no action. For me, when it comes to corruption, as he say, that's something we then will take a prompt action and try to address the matter. Whoever is involved in it get, be accountable for their actions. For no state, so many people then don't die because corruption take place in the country. And when they talk about that, we see people then die. When they talk, say, either because they drink some form of contaminated water, or because they not get proper health care because then they go through so much, and then in order for them treat them, the healthcare system wasn't there to do that because we not get the facilities, then we not get the equipment, then not that we not get the providers them or the physicians them, they're there. They want to do their job, they want to do the right thing. But if government, forget, say, in priority now to take care of the nation rather than take care of themselves or their immediate family, then they don't do injustice to the citizens of that nation. So if healthcare be improved, some of the people that we lost life, enough for don't happen. We are able to, Brother Usman Toli just mentioned, and that's not some of the examples that will happen because of corruption. So no fight corruption with all we heart. No fight corruption for seeing a salon. We want for a salon better. And even though they don't postpone this meeting, me still say this meeting need to go. I'm sure many Sierra Leoneans do feel that because, as I mentioned last week, my take on this whole thing, people have to be accountable. They have to have the heart to serve humanity, to serve the general public, knowing that not for them, then go into governance. You go into governance because you want to make a difference in the lives of your citizens. People then wait once before if then they recall, then self belong in that same boat where then they look up to other presidents them for let them take care of the nation. So as we all look out to this current administration right now for take care of the president, I'm sure we therefore hold people them accountable where we don't destroy the nation through corruption. So, and the press release about, people that wait and named in that white paper, wait for really be let go of their duty, not a step in the right direction. Now that we want to see, we want to see action. We want to see that, once you name the day, you shouldn't be really working. It's just like sometimes in your regular job, think about it. If you do something wrong, then can suspend you, tell you, say, until we finish with investigation, that will determine whether you forget your job back. right? So this is not a similar thing, but this is more of a higher standard because we deal with, corruption. We don't affect so many lives than not Sierra Leone. We don't affect we nation, and law takes Sierra Leone very seriously and not look at any political party, look at the green, white, and blue, know that whoever is governing us, not to party we deal with, meaning the two parties them with the head Sierra Leone, not to that we want for deal with. We deal with, Sierra Leone with, with our motto stating, unity, freedom, and justice. Justice not the problem they have. That justice now will not see we come to corruption. And we want for CC then they identify the problems them and then we tackle them and also make sure so they make decisions then we will make things turn around for Sierra Leone by improving when it comes to the healthcare system, when it comes to, infrastructure, but yet, the basic two things that what they cry for, that now water, light. We will continue for the talk about that, and we hope say Salon will change for the better for all Sierra Leoneans, but not just few people them we feel say now then no more for be rich, now then no more need for lay under light and get clean drinking water, forgetting that we are all human beings, that we should be treated equally. There are certain rights that God don't create in we, when nobody not for take away from we, and then but the way it looks like they are taking that from Sierra Leoneans that living in impoverished conditions, then we will not want for the sea, we will not want for the even mention now the media, which is like the world right now is watching how we address this white paper in issue, how we determine in terms of how justice is going to be served for the Sierra Leone people. So I really do hope say they do something, that they don't just let it stop right here. They should continue to do more in how they handle this situation. Thank you very much, and I hope say justice will truly be served when it comes to corruption in Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Isatuka Kejano. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah. Make we come with Tony. Make we hear you. Waiting to get for we today. Yes, Tony, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, family na kusha and Cabo. Well, for wish Patrick has speedy recovery, just like our doctor say. And the most important thing, just like you likely say, why with the ACC postponed, and they come outrightly and say it's because the vice president, the former president request a lawyer, they request for some time so they can able to deal with the matter more maturely. In the sense, what they mean by that is like they won't forget all the facts available, because definitely the former president not just good for interrogation, but the interrogation therefore be backed by facts. It's like they have to be fact-based in certain things then, because this whole thing does raise a lot of eyebrows and a lot of everybody gets their own shades of opinion, and they want to ensure the whole process, especially on the ACC side, be free and fair, wherein people do not go get concerns or ask several questions, then we will be very difficult for give answer. So then see the need, say yes, if the lawyers them ask for some time for make the handle situation, make them for prepare themselves. I mean, it's a good thing, because otherwise, other people then go say, you see, where the lawyer they ask for more time, do not give time, and if there is anything, the process flop or probably some issue or challenges they arise, then definitely people then go and capitalize, say, now because they not give them the access for make them prepare themselves. Because mind you, this is a national matter, but it attracts a lot of international people them as well, especially we in the diaspora and even international organizations. So because they actually want to see what we can learn from this and waiting other countries themselves go able to replicate. But they have to do the process like very credible, wherein in order for Siam, like I say, it's a witch hunt, just like how the APC they likely say it's like a witch hunt on them. But we can't forget one thing at the back of our mind, especially people that way they defend, or people that way they on the other side, you understand, for or against, you understand. this whole process where we can every day and cry say salon like this, they blame the current government and everything. Now because of them processes say we not me day. We got for ensure say we institutions in Sierra Leone where they fight against corruptions. Even the audit service, we now them not like the external auditors them, where they come in on earth, thinks them, do their job free and fairly with no interference. Wherein they go for they're going for gets a report where really you go see and say yes, these are two figures. But again, just like I said, every year we see governments in and out and they allocate budgets to different ministries or agencies them. And these funds within they allocate now for make way for develop Salon from point A to point B. So if another government come in power, can able to take Salon from point B to point C. So it's like a marathon. Also it's like a sprint event where 4x4 where people they can do your own part. But if one sector, one area government not doing a job well, what you find out say they happen. So if I will set the parameters, if I will start somewhere, but we want to let the process be credible, just the code they see, because we don't want to end here, we want to make it be an ongoing process. Governments they allocate funds to different ministries, just like I say, for address water. You understand? Pipe bond we go make you turn it up all side get water. Look at Sierra Leone, where it's small, especially fruit what they talk about. The same Guma. Now people they talk about Mambo, that place Sarah waterfall. If they can think out of the box, the area they in a catch point area they where they for begin if we get a plan B state say look where water they waste that they place then they came for develop that place even a dam safe small dam just like how they get that dam now in station where me do near the seminary, you understand? That's how they go for planning thing. But governments, subsequent governments, they allocate budgets to all the ministries for carry out some research work, how they go for get certain areas on a gray area, how for get like plan ahead, you understand, power supply we are very key with the Kaya, we talk about power every time, we would say there's no way no investor will cancel, we will not get industrial power, you understand, because they rely on power as well, you understand. There is no way government will come that invest in a country of foreign internationals, the way you medical conditions them very poor, because then the count foreign staff them in case they're sick, who's hospital then go with them. So they have to look at all those parameters. But if governments they raise revenue from its budget through taxes, and the taxes they come out direct and indirect, they come out from the ordinary people, even we self where they ship things and as you have to pay tax or custom, which is an indirect tax, all those things. We are all contributing to the economy. We all contribute how for raise money for make the economy move, where we go able for see say we country they develop. But if that money are all way we they generate from the poor people, from the market, just people that they don't understand. The one the way they make shoe, they then guide the shoe as they call them. They then sweat the people that they send at different points, taxes, then they contribute to government's coffer. Then they expect government for use that coffer in providing the basic necessities. What would they cry for? But if we see government officials, somebody can tell you they beat on a school self. You just where you understand, because some people that you say the full people are into politics. Will not be lawyer, doctors, or accountants, or this or that. You understand? You see them people that they normally do well at school within 1 year. Don't amass wealth. When you go far, we probably get 1-1, get best grade or best degree in a college, or doctors, or this. We don't spend 8 years, 7 years, they educate yourself, become doctor. You they drive all almost because somebody at same power today. We become minister, they drive 2020 motor. You're not jealous, Sam. But where do you think they're getting those funds from? They're getting those funds from the ordinary people who they pay those taxes. The direct or indirect taxes. With the money, then they therefore use those funds for me then develop the country. But you get few people that they sit on Panam, then just eat, then build houses, then send them picking overseas or whatever. Then when they put to understand, you then a party office, you then this, they defend. The thing is, we want the process to be credible and free and fair. But we all know say there was rampant corruption. And that's the main reason why the people of Sierra Leone decide for change their mind, say, you know what? I let them go with money, then go polo, or go vote to conscience. And they did it. They voted their conscience and then change. Then we see the change. It was like an African to the West African sweep. A lot of countries in West Africa made that change. You understand? But what we are saying here is, we want this government. Things that way the past government not do right. What we know say we are wrong. Make them not begin capitalize on that failure. They say, not so we meet them, not so we meet them. Their own responsibility is to fix those problems. Through this money where the government they generate. Either if they come as foreign grants or they come as foreign aid or whatever, or the local where they're able to generate, let them use those funds. Because mind you, we are writing the books of history. We are setting precedents. And whatever this government is doing today, not going to go under the carpet. Any subsequent regime change, they will do the same thing. But we want to ask the question tomorrow, what do we learn from this process that is going on? We just don't want to do the process. At the end of the day, waste one, also they give the figure, estimated figure, say, now this is pay lawyers. We know how to see all this money don't go down the drain and we don't learn anything or we not benefit anything. Because those funds that they used might have been used as well for increase the bed. Now PCMH or increase bed than other maternity hospitals them. You understand? But the government think about themselves or decides to do. Let us do commission of inquiry. So you went, you don't defend people that don't eat money, and it's not to lie. People that don't eat money in a salon, not to me, we are not the point to president because it was part of the businessman. You understand? We have other people where say they make a minister within 2-3 years, 2-3 months. You see them building our mansions. There's nothing wrong in building mansions. You can use your own sweat. But who say money will be for use for national development? Money that should be used for other things. For this water what they cry for this light what they cry for all them things that we are the basic necessities. Few people that sit down they eat. Then you sit down, you still don't understand. They drink black coffee, black attire, you still they defend. And as so this government go change back, other government go you have other people then go still they defend. Some of us don't want to be in the diaspora. We just can't forget what they get. It's like a well. Some of us are not here for the cow. We're here for the milk. Get the milk and go with the milk. You go make dairy products or whatever thing that we want to do. We're not care for staying at the diaspora. No say, but Sierra Leone and some they think in that vein. Because a lot of taxes you pay on the diaspora, a lot of things that you pay on the diaspora. You can use those funds you pay on a young government. The government they use for develop. But if few people, even the one the way they come on at the diaspora, we they expect much from, they go back, then dance the same part, then join the dance. They cannot effect change. They cannot some even do worse. You understand? So with a beg this government. We want the process let it be credible. Let we able to learn a lot from this thing. You understand? Make it transparent. That's why I'm happy when the APC and it's by Koroma and lawyers, they request for time, give us an allowance or extension, they did. We are happy because we don't want tomorrow somebody go say, oh, now because they may do this, or not me give it time, them could able to prepare. You understand? Let the process be free and fair. In our auditing, we call them, free and fair view. You understand? Make it be free and fair. Let people then say and say, yes, it's a credible process. But we they beg, let the one the way they argue, they fight, this. We all got party we belong to. We all get party. You understand? But we not go see you picking a poel. You allow a poel. You not put modalities in place for make tomorrow not be a crackhead. Let me make good things them. They go bad. Because you see you brother the thief, you dance with her, you defend her, say, tomorrow by way something will happen. You go say now which ones and they do. A lot of things happening. That's regime. And we don't want this government with the power. Let us toe that same line there. Because if they toe the same line, mind you, their own commission of inquiry, definitely now would. It just like a die. We all get with the other way they die. But the thing was different at the time. Now dates, inevitable. So that's therefore the list where they do commission of inquiry. They have to be mindful that if the government, they raise money that when they say, we say, don't go get here, they have to use those funds. Money that we don't generate from past officials, then when they say, the money are for bill hospital, and for business, and for they have to use those funds. They do not keep a normal tomorrow, they tell you story. No. They've given them a job for 5 years. And it's almost, I would say, midterm. We need to see something tangible. This is a year of delivery, just like they told us. And we are now in October. So we won't foresee. We react to question because some of you living in the diaspora, but we remittances to Sierra Leone, we not spend half of their money there and Usawi. Every money what they could send and so we get stake into whatever what they say. We have stake. So that me take Nandi. Thanks so much, Abraham.
Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. One for tell Tony thank you, whose friend Usman Toli, and with doctor in the house, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallo. One for tell you all thank you for the submission. I make a statement before I bring the panelists them, where I say, when the commissioner, Francis Benkefala, be doing AYV, and they ask and say, okay, what if, I think someone was asking that question, what if the persons of interest them way una want, they say that they send the lawyers them? If you be listening, what he been said that did he said they need to talk to lawyers them. Now the people them, now then they invite, and now the people them, now then they talk to. He said now then they talk to. He say make you not forget say ACC get the power waiting, the power to arrest. They get the power, they get the mandate to arrest. So ACC call you no go, then go arrest you. But at the end of the day, how we see the thing they turn out so. Some of we the media houses them, some of we the people them. We only go chuk waiting for chuk. But one thing we stand clear. We money, we want them. We money, we want them. Possibly we don't take, if you say one glad for give back. But again, where would they look inside NTI? Make we not forget the constitution back. Not also we began get for can later now learn inside this administration about the unaccountable interest. Wouldn't they? Now be just free one. We be the pass. One while not be there. Where the former president be there enjoy. But now, who not be know that thing, they tell you, no, now for this one, now we begin like, hey, and then cut her off. Not so. We'll make a call to first caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and also the call from, please.
Ibrahim, I call from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 3 minutes, sir. What's in your contribution?
Thank you, brother. First of all, like what you can say, then say something we know say, you know, get for continue, not start them. ACC, they don't start, they tell them, we say they invite the former president. First, let me say, if I don't go meet them, later, now they go meet McKinney. So if they don't start them before, so what then they expect this time around? You don't get for possible, maybe they will change what they don't start. If they for no say, enough for people continue, enough for don't start them. All this corruption stuff, and they go to the constitution back, always. The position they don't want account for anything. Now they don't want review and amend this constitution. The need for separate the Attorney General and the Office of the Chief Justice. If you don't separate it get for be a problem. Then I always say the ACC Commissioner, if it's like be say now the saloon citizens then for vote for him, for let it be in that position day, not to selection. If now President now they choose the ACC Commissioner, trust me, even if you want to work, he and the entire. Then Kalfala Usa we don't begin lost in credibility. The same way that General Salute Janjalo come with a whistleblower, just ask question to the Chief Minister. Then Chief Minister called Ben Kalfala, they out of the country. He called the journalist, if you get any evidence, couch to me. I don't know if you know nothing, I didn't lose in credibility. All which will happen at the President's administration, almost case they would able win. Now limited case they would able win. Only they go after poor teachers and they disgrace them publicly, while the politician they would the thief who country money, then the thief then go scot free. But what thing they say, if they know they will give account this world, trust me, wouldn't die, they never go facing God Almighty, they never will give accounts. You know? Why now? Now they can't say the one they wouldn't have the president administration anything at the white paper and they step down. We say there be no say the name they didn't have the COI, you know, say nothing until with the public they put them in and say why the people are named they have the white paper, they still deserve. Now I make today people they talk say now if the chief speak, now I make them pull the press release say they don't see when they step aside. You know, let's go best from our salon tip today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from, please?
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
3 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, tell me, Ben careful. This not a movie. This not a movie and the actor. This not concert. This is funny, buddy. Funny, funny. Yeah, because APC or SLPP politician or APC politician, they all are thief man there. All right. Both of them are thief man there. So when one they can't investigate the other one, when the other one come back, they can't investigate the other one. Let them left for waste with time, man. Then they waste with time, then they waste with money. And they waste completely, they waste with time, 2.5 years, then still they waste with time. 30 days, that money you want to use for investigate the wire. So if that money they say they use for build library in another country, and put computer in there, then they go benefit the people there. Because ACC, look like say the corruption will affect. Now for the people and affect this corruption. It look like say now for the administration and affect this corruption. Because if you get 18 files, we don't pull for this president, for the past president, and nobody know waiting there is exactly them file in there. Not for the people they affect for, and for the administration they affect for. Then they left for the play them games there with the people in this country. People in the suffer. People they want to know who they affect for. Una don't pull someone on a minister in a power right now. I guarantee you. Then they come back. Then they bring them, come back, then take them position again. Because this not a fake fight this guy had to fight, Complete fake. Complete fake fight then they fight, man. They're not they help the people in the country, then they fight fake fight. And then they make with a waste of time, 30 days the hospital and not build the hospital yet. What's in your own legacy when you go left, President Bio? What's in your legacy? Not to this confusion on top of confusion where they want to bring at this country. We don't tire Dande. We need this country to move forward. Let this country move forward. When I begin build something in this country, when I build infrastructure, then they go stop this corruption. But any government we can, they know they do that. Then just say, they can't fight corruption. We want to build institution in the country, man. We don't tell them people they are. They're all too native man there. APC, SLPP, native man there. Now that don't get for no. Would they follow Anes not they go no say. Anes Billy host na salon day. You go no say day na salon day. And then people are man, who tell them businessmen. I mean your contribution I no more.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Yes, caller, live on here. Your name and who call from?
Yes, Triple. I want to do everybody. This is Alaji. I come from Maryland.
3 minutes, Alaji.
Okay, I've not seen everybody don't talk about corruption. We know they go nowhere. It's like we just stand still. Ways, number one, we for fight corruption, go very, very effective. Let us stop them politicians let us stop for pay people with cash, that their office and then big ministry then left for pay with cash. Because then guy now, in the thief them money, where they know see there's no transparency, there's no data, there's no record of them, the money they want to give out. There's nothing. Then make they like today, so they always say, let them show them about what they do, which is what they thief, what they not thief. Let them show them, let paper can show say, now this they do. They make them they deny because there is no handwritten statement about them, destroying the money from the country. And like when them the previous caller and they say, corruption, he will never go between these two parties, APC and SLPP. Joe de Cam, he can't tell me, he say, don't worry no more, don't worry, I they fully people them, I they make like for see, I they investigate you. You just for me, the blame, I will put you as a scapegoat for us. Okay. Then people here, I'm telling you, the only way when they stop there. The only way when they stop there. Excuse me, I understand. All right, it's gone? Okay. The only way when they stop the wire, that line of payment was when they pay people, let them put up all government and workers there, they forget a cash, a checkbook. Where then they go, they get them check, they go cash them. So then they know how much money they come on the system, how much money they left there. Like for example, they go take 20 million for go pay Ministry of Works. If you say that 20 million, they pay all the no, maybe not 5 million they pay the workman then 1 8 money by the minister, he owe 10 million, then the balance 5 million, she can get the other one there. Because there is no data for sure say them money they left for letting them go back in the place. Then get for stop them. ACC and it's by Koroma, the present situation, they are all jokes. We don't try. We talk the asshole for now, we help people them, but it looks like we just the waste we voice them. Because they listen, they don't sing better, like that music we post that big weight fall. Then a beef, they fall and a beef them they eat. Not to rest and go peck and go. No. Now that when they want to say, trouble one come, they're not going to bring grains of rice in the street. Now then they go now towards the ACC say they save the corruption. But we need for the only way they stop them people here. One of the ways they stop them. They pay when they pay people there, then they for pay the cash and their hand. Let them use a checkbook. And pay, so we see transparency of how much money they come in the bank, how much money they go. Secondly, then let them ban all politicians. If they see you don't pass 10, 15 years, now that politics, you don't do anything. Now, if they enrich, they ban you. You come up behind politics. Then if a new faces them, maybe new blood then and get for campus alone before. But believe you me, if their old blood are still there in the system, now still politicians them, we will never, unless we talk about corruption from A to Z 19 Jubilee, it's still going to be the same thing unless we remove all the old politicians or bring new one then. We maybe certain go sorry for the present generation. Then. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alaji.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
This is a Bengali special at the call from all the way from.
Hello?
Yes, you get me. This is a Bengali special at the call all the way from Kuwait.
Yes, Bengali, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. Actually, we just want to like we watch on social media, watch Omar Fofana in page. Actually, we don't know if that one, if not cut and paste, because system they work now. Now that's they we really know so well and put on now Omar Fofana in page and say on the 7th, 9, the lawyer of the excellent former president. Don't talk say 9 forever. So we don't know if actually being careful they work onto that. But if being careful
and you quick because we play the audio now. Patrick Sandy, we are the public relation man for ACC. In don't talk and say now the 8th on Thursday, now in that meeting they take place, sir.
So, but I just feel for no because I just late for camp. I just come from work. Okay. I don't know if na free trade take place or na Kenny might take place.
No, McKinney.
Na McKinney.
Yes, but McKinney again na either na anti-corruption office or na the former president news. That one they not confirmed on it.
Well, actually, we're all aware of that now. Say na McKinney, but is it an Koroma is above the law? Will and forgo meet na ACC na McKinney? Because if you think of Sierra Leone at the 12th district, although former annexed by Koroma, we don't add the district them. But we know, say, na 12th district. So you go and tell me, say, if anybody will get a case where ACC they invite, then for meet them at the district headquarters, because they suggest that every district headquarters gets a own head of ACC in the district headquarters. So, if President Marabio say the fight corruption, able for tackle and Koroma, where we feel to say he is the key, not a witch hunt, because we all know say something they pass, and we all know say it corrupt the country. Then if he fail, then even statement that the stadium for say this go be the last commission of inquiry, definitely in the looks skyed. The president itself, in the looks skyed, say they say the embezzle. Then fit to say after this commission, no other commission not get for car. But me, when are we say if we not take on to this commission very seriously, the next president will get for car and self get for car do the commission, and this will go continue. And if Francis Benkefala knows say this commission, the ACC not an independent body, if you for invite a nurse, now the ACC so pass to go meet and host, we don't doubt in credibility. If you see people and vote them in, we there would tell people and formally and vote them in now because of we believe in their credibility and we believe in the message what President Julius Maada Bio don't give out to the people there. So I don't get much for say. We just wait up to that time. We'll see waiting at the way forward. If the ACC na independent body or not an independent body. Rest my case na for ya now. AAA will tell you plenty thank you. We get updates na Kuwait live. Then we really follow up on the program. This is Bengali special again. Once more, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bengali. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who you call from, please.
Yeah, good evening. Here for this Israeli citizen we get interest from Salon program. I call from USA.
You get 3 minutes, ma.
Okay. People, we all know, say during the 2018 election campaign, among all the 6 people that were there at that debate, everyone talk about corruption. I remember when they even go interview some people in some village, they not get school, they not get bench, they not get nothing. Even Dr. Samura Kamara of APC instead apologized, say, he not be no say, now so corruption don't point the country. Just like we can talk one thing, I'm really happy for the fact, but I'm really not getting scared. I wonder if they really want to take action against them corrupt people here. Most times people like they condemn Ben Kalfa this thing. I'm really sorry for that. I'm not supposed to they just do it out of political interest, because sincerely speaking, in all the African region right now, Ben Kalfa is considered as not perfect to, but any grade way he gets, if they would get the highest mark. If not Ghana didn't get Ben Kalfa, like the whole of Sierra Leone, they praise him. But one thing Sierra Leoneans then all the time, na negative they put for the country. I remember Yusuf, now anytime you can get good programs, I can watch, I can laugh. You know, they get calls then days, and you only get calls the way you get negative about Sierra Leone. So I never understand. I think that the perception of the people of Sierra Leone is so disheartening for CC, even with journalists then. We've helped for educate the people then, the civil society organization then all they try for politicize the game. Then, because anybody who do something, you won't forget the people's support. Then Kalfana not get the people's support. Because you know why? 98% of Sierra Leoneans then we know say we corrupt. And sincerely speaking, Tripoli, not so just APC, you know, they against Ben Kalfana, even SLPP. Corruption not get tribe, not get party, because people that were corrupt inside, they know for say if you succeed by the corruption, then go further inside. Just like when you talk about what you say, and Koroma be advised then for it Ebola money. You say even though they right now, but if they still get self-confidence. Look at that woman, that being the woman. If you still see, look right now, so they still get 2 people there. Now this government we don't trap. Even during information minister in time back, people every day were engaged. So corruption 98%. So if President Bio say it depends on public opinion and the masses, there were 75% are illiterate and locked and unfollowed for the television station there. They don't bribe them all, the corrupt leaders there. So even this appeal court, me not believe this appeal court, because today when we see the number of money they wouldn't the court today for SLBC, we that must see in the reader, because this is the job of AY within the claims nonsense. They are the #1 television station. They're not even giving info, like when you anything happy. They are not even giving information. I'm not saying judge them, but give the information. They are not even giving information. Even AYB Sunday, all they try for bring politics for distract people so that it can be APC versus SLPP, so that nothing will happen. What you know, just because they invite the president, that makes school not for day. Is any president above President Zuma and South Africa? And then up to today, one day go out with the cap, you see the population we invite her. But just because 98% of we corrupt, even to the villagers, even to the farmers, to the carpenters, so everybody, nobody found at corruption. I was a teacher and I taught for 9 years before I came to this country. But I was really disappointed when the people in media around, they defend those teachers that we are molested. Why can't they be molested? When you destroy a child, you destroy a nation. Don't like corruption a bad more than any side we don't understand about human development. Healthcare, if you corrupt healthcare, you kill more man. If you corrupt teaching, you kill a human being. I was teaching, but I don't make like corrupt. Like that, but what Bawdon becomes a very prominent in Africa. And then they God bless her. Now when mama being a teacher, I've been teaching at urban center in Africa after Oka as refugee from the provinces then. I did what I can do. You have extra time. I mean, you do garage so with the job, with make ususu. Will they even get pride? You don't even embarrass for actually picking, but you go destroy picking in future. Up to now, people are still calling, defending those teachers. The only time you see Sierra Leoneans are angry about the situation where it come by politics talk. But as long as it comes for development of the country, like what you just say, we want your money. Let's assume they for safe, yes, they left on one, they free the STB, just assumption. That's okay. Let's deal with these people so that we can get it out of the way. Then the whole crowd will be back again. It supports back the commission of the commission and everybody. Make outcry again for stress the present government. And also let's even say that how they call it, discrimination. Okay, let's say it's discrimination. Madabi is not even a popular president. According to what they see on television, if it is true, I don't know. According to the station, apart from you on television station, all on television station, they're against Madabi. They always talk negative about. If that is the case, then he's going to be a one-time president. So why are we worried? After a one-time president, you feel saying that APC go forgive Madabi. They go must prosecute and so me some analysts ready for say, oh, credit. What do you mean by credible? We don't go take three judge them from outside the Orman see the commission of inquiry. If they may go bring self white handed for can't judge we for justice and the excuse, just for they look for excuse, say like what you say, corruption they always look because they don't for saying under secret, so you can't get 100%, just like rape and Sierra Leone, they don't for say they don't get forensic lab where they want for people picking and begin say, oh, forensic lab. So then they just they rape people picking and they rape people picking there with corruption. It really is sad. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, concerned citizen. Thank you, man. Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side call from, please.
Yeah, Triple, good evening.
I'm Alpha, I get 3 minutes. You lost so.
Yeah, I lost because some of the district they were getting a network for the past 3 days. Abdik Island, the other time I did Matjom, I also did Moyamba. So the network not be too strong. So I know you want really hold on like why the network not too good. So
okay,
sorry for the late.
No problem.
But I'm not free time, straight to the point. First and foremost, let we begin to appreciate the effort of Ben Kefala, the Commission of Anti-Corruption Commission, because for the past 2 years, they don't retrieve more than 25 billion from corrupt people in this country. Let we appreciate them before ever we begin for decline down. When we appreciate them later on, if you want to decline them down, no problem. The second thing again, corruption in this country, President Biobi say, all we fight and collectively, irrespective of what you believe. They say because corruption don't change in this country, not to just study business, it don't take. They say in a time where in one law we draw line on corruption in this country, because corruption in this country will not be something like an impunity, you know, I go do nothing on the community side. So also we for appreciate the effort of President Bio, we in the first president where it all can give political will to fight against corruption in this country. Of course, people they talk say indeed the last caller, they talk say not to even the two side or one side they say former president for Ghana Freetown. Even the other side also that they say for Ghana Freetown. But now look at the other way around, yeah. We know say this country it all divided before this time, yeah. This is obvious. Irrespective of which ACC do look at say if we can't answer something about mining or whatsoever in this country, where the tax for don't go up to $100 million, just at the end of the day they pay $6 million. So they can answer questions. But let's also look at ACC not only based in Freetown, right? ACC then at the province system, ACC almost try for extend again at the district then. And the headquarters of the North for now, Namakeni and ex-president, irrespective of what, you know, if in Royal do ask the ACC commissioner for look at that in, particularly in dignity, irrespective of what, if they go, question on the ACC office or the question on even else, what's wrong with that? Or what we know? We need money in this country, let the money come back. Let we be the infrastructures then. You know, we pick it, they want to be more schools then. You know, they want to create more facilities for young people then. Yeah. I think that would be the things we me and you for, yarn for. You know, but something where beyond the donkey years, somebody don't come fit them for 2 years. Even if they say they corrupt this, that, we for appreciate that. Why President Bio say, he thinks this could be last commissions, just simply means say commission no get for continue. It say give a paragraph inside in speech say they say this could be a warning shot to all the present government officials. That's if they see they don't call upon the ministers, deputy minister, president, vice president, department, parastatals, the chairman, commissioner, you name them. They don't question them for the past 1 year, 6 months through the commission of inquiry. And this commission of inquiry will be only get one Sierra the other one Nigerian, the other one Ghanaian, We see how they do the investigation. We don't see that one clearly, So if you, when you're in a minister today, you're not deputy minister or commissioner. If they see they don't call, they don't investigate the people, and at the end of the day, recommendation come out say therefore pay so amount and therefore give some houses to government. If I be a warning shot to you. Now that's simply President Bill. Don't think for continue. But this is obvious. Man will say government continuous of commission of inquiry again for continue. And this is not the first time a commission of inquiry. In 1982, commission of inquiry. Last say the example before they left. The current hospital where the people are now lonely that they use now. It came about 1962 to 1976. 1967, right? That the time of Albert Magai. After that commission came, there was a white paper. At the end of the day, they began for seize that house there. And where they seize the house, now they turn as a hospital. Now that particular lonely day. Now they used to be there as a hospital. So if you don't begin at that time, why not? Again for continue, but we get for draw line or corruption at this country. And we for appreciate President Bill for way Edoka outrightly say give political support or political will to the fight against corruption at this country. But really, corruption is massive at this country before this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ama Alpha.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, Adama, I call from Ohio.
Yes, Adama, you get 3 minutes, man.
Yeah, I just want for make a correction to a previous caller we call because since we talk about misinformation and I feel still we for correct that to some points. They not say unless they go meet in a house. According to because we'll listen to the audio that they say they're not sure it. So, and just like the caller just now say, whether they go, wherever they go meet a nurse, what's important now in information they want, not to what I go make any, not to any kind of person. Now, president, we don't rule a country before, come along, we get that kind of respect, cannot request for a judge or anything. So, and the concern is this ACC business, me and I can actually talk about people in power, but I just feel since they don't try to do also transparent for now, good thing, because now the good of we all, because if the things that become transparent, I must say, no matter what, even the world best president, with anything, not the thief, but the most important thing, when I make something, at least even if you as a president, when you come on a power with your conscience, they say, this is not the thing I left for people. And I think the problem where they get with most of the leaders, they kill their conscience. And when you kill the conscience into certain things, not a problem, because that's part of what people around you. So you get a conscience when you last judge. So whatever thing they do it with your conscience. So me are happy for this inquiry, and I'm happy the former presidency in the good defend itself. So if you say you name the paper, you know would defend itself, then you get from face the consequence. So if the man say we go defend itself, no, we just wait. It's the they can do this not today the 5. So long we just be patient. Some contribution is tricky.
Thank you very much, Adama. Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, good evening, AAA. Good evening to all listeners. Mina Abdullah Bimara, I call from Paris. Good morning.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah. AAA, million contribution really for today because there is no big thing for say. We still do wait Thursday, like how they say. Then just no say Sierra Leone people that they listen to them. So we is open, we still the wait. But the corruption fighting, this not a one person fight, really. Like how we can always see talking and everybody get for putting hand on deck for make corruption go out of the country. But the only way we would be able to do and the way we would come together as a Sierra Leoneans, that we know say yes, now for the country we did do, not for anybody we did do, and not for the love of the nation we did do. So really, me not get anything really big much for say because Thursday, like I did say, we wait. We will not worry. We wait from now on to Thursday. We see again what get for happen from now on to Thursday. How the discussion get for go before I get for add anything to that. That's a my own contribution really.
All right, thank you very much, Abdullah.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
name Koroma. I call from the United States. You
get 3 minutes, Koroma. Now I'm gonna count you because you say not so you lost. You get 3 minutes.
Sometimes it's necessary for just take vacation. But salon problem too much. Okay. People waiting me to say no third party no get for can make salon. They can't wait how we want make salon be. The thing is, now we the Sierra and now we get for decide say, you know what? When I make we still on and make we country. But in terms of look interesting, you know, considering they are now Singapore, you know, most of the Asian countries and or even like we big brothers in Nigeria, Ghana, this. But the thing is, it's like we know one mega sacrifice to make reach 10 people in. No matter what, I don't see any new politician in our country. So nobody even remember top party. Say maybe a top party who can make salon. Then they own a naked lie. Because like if you can they watch most of the parties and wait. Now people that wait try for force and wait, you know, that certain parties and because they never get it, that make them go from their own party. So that's why you don't forget what I say, you know. I mean, salon, my new party who can make them. Nope. Then the other thing, now see people, you know, like this former president. Somebody mentioned that, say, oh no, you know, fight for land post in Abic. Yes, the very first interview and go interview the president. Now, the former president, that may be the interest. But now, I know the wish for the former president go to jail. But if ever he get to go to jail, person like inside in company will get to go to jail. For me, not just come off. Come on, I mean, and it's like, I'm not saying that the only presidents who don't stand trial, former presidents who don't stand trial. When you look salon, okay, like APC almost get maybe 49% of 49% support in that country. Most of them support us, they don't take unless forbidden, second God. For God's sake, you can, you know, for even get you daily meal for the day, you know, able to get that. Then some say, you know, that them politicians are make, you know, poverty too much of this country. This particular commission of inquiry, you also can say maybe it's not going to be perfect. But the fact is, when I make you just appreciate and say they are also instrument. Tomorrow, nobody knows to say, these are witch hunts or these are cocoa hunts. Many Sierra they appreciate this thing. People, when I see video, you know, people when you try to make, I'm not saying, you know, president, the former president, nobody, you know, that. It just make, you know, I mean, it's fearful for soccer. But it's like, make a soccer and say, I nearly want to regret to make a BC Union. It's like, we're not ready to move forward. But I'm here for free. Thank you very much. I don't come back.
Okay. Thank you very much, Koroma. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah. Triple I'm Musa, I'm the call from Isla.
Yeah, Musa, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, my own contribution is that I want to start to Ben Karfara. Me, I've been listening to Ben Karfara the last time we did 98.1, then AXA, about this former President Koroma. Say, if I did and they go for going interfere or if I become the commission office, they say, no, it's for Candy, if you know, Karim will go arrest. Then you didn't get for car arrest. What would you tell about Ben Karfala? If you don't foresee, what would do? You're not for kind of public. they begin talk, say, now this, now we on ground, now this what they do. After that, they begin change. You know, if they talk to people then as well, if you begin change every time, people no will trust you. I make you not get too much trust now. I make because they talk so after you begin talk so, what's not going to do anything there? Nobody is above the law. If you know a Queen Elizabeth self, possibly don't thief. If he be president self, he get for column. Now you off, you not really go meet her. If you go meet somebody now, possibly don't thief, you go meet her now, you go interview her. We think that the which can point they get from that man. You see, now this is the problem, Sado. If we're able to take this out of our mind, because this man, he don't serve us, this is not a president, then we would take. Nobody is above the law. If a person commits crime or anything, you get for kind of the office. That is period. You see, ultimately they try to talk about them two parties there. Them two parties, the APC, SLPP, now liability there for Salo. This are just the wonder if these white people wouldn't talk safe, was all the people that wouldn't name the this white paper, let them step aside. The way the government don't say, but if they go implement it, that's the main thing. Because then you don't begin to turn people then so they from there will not hear nothing about this. So it's just a waste. And we don't want to waste with time because we can every day we can't talk for the sake of our country, because we love our country. So let them listen for this white people, for this commission inquiry, this money we want her. No matter what may, we want this money. We don't care which other person come out. If we wanted them to turn anyhow for say tribalism or whatever, we don't care about that. They tell me the kind of power, you not been talking at this tribe, you come out to, you go on at this, but at this religion, you come out, no. You can't serve the people of Sierra Leone. If you don't let the office back, then get right for legal accountability. So let people then begin to they support those people there, are just afraid. Those people there, most of them so then they suffer. I don't know why they go support somebody. We don't care. You don't useless in life throughout in 10 years. You know? Begin support people then for say, okay, this now the former president, this so that yeah, it's true. But with somebody who don't do wrong, you get right for the action. You know? So they supported them. I know really then SLPP, APC supported them. I don't really care about them. Because then people then, if we should continue to follow them while the salon no ever move inside this. What you mean tell this present administration, they for take this seriously, and all these people they wouldn't name the this white paper, they for pay this money. Come what me. I don't care where we say them if they wanted them pay anyhow they frame themselves. We don't care about that. Because the money we don't use for go take extra loan from other country there. This money not for go in vain. We want this money, we want time. Anyhow, and this money but we don't get also, they didn't make use of it. If in a hospital then, they didn't build hospital, school, if in a water, because this would they cry every day. This necessity. Water, electricity, hospital. If we don't get this money, make them use this money. Make them not use a number for themselves. So this money we want them. Come what me. We want this money. So this is not your message to them.
Thank you very much, Musa. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Yes, Triple. This is Momo, the call from Fargo.
Yes, Momo, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, they greet everybody. In the first place, this commission of inquiry, this tension we get, so enough for them get this tension in the first place, not alone. I don't know what can cause the tension. These are something for we go smoothly without people in the for even get time for interfere like the public till the results come on. But because this administration we don't create the platform and they create this tension with them they go now radio and TV, the boss will jail them, will go ban them from politics. So it don't create a tension and then people like get people who they been no matter waiting, no matter how them be devil, then get people who loyal to them. So it don't create this fuel And now the thing don't come and come. Even other dates are they postpone. Trust me. Now because of the tension we grab then this I will book we social media in the talk. All man is saying, you know, what if happened today. So I know see them don't look at us say this ego bad. You get me? So this is not just a way of a technique, you know, for letting them feel down the tension, you know, because definitely if they happen today, we don't know nothing for the happiness alone. And secondly, this Ben Kalifala, we all man they blame. Yes, we go blame him. But as we be say, then this I be gonna last week or so, it be gonna AYV, which he go talk there. That was Ben Kalifala. But what he changed today not to in what that one day because this man, now appointments, now president appoint him. So it go hard for let him make a decision all by himself without consulting the president. A president say, yes, go ahead. So whatever the president say no, it means no. He cannot stand the way of the president. So this decision we then take, this decision comes from the president. Now advice will come from the president, yes, you need for take and easy, let we down this way. Because if he comes to Ram, now what he don't think for do, now in for be do. So sometimes what you blame on, look, say this man, now somebody for. Now somebody appoint him. So whatever decision you take, you get for listening from this person, one of the president. So Ben California they take a decision all by himself without knowing to the president. So whatever decision would reverse, it comes from the president. That for sure I know. So now me on this today.
I thank you very much, Momo.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
Oh, Triple A, thank you very much. This is Normal from LA.
You get 3 minutes,
First of all, I want to say faster recovery to me, Kono brother, even though I let it talk now, but not their born. Mr. Patrick, fast recovery, my brother. We want to see you back na the line. Anyway, Triple A, I want to say to Mr. Koroma, say, dear, not give up it. We all they feel that way, but Lord not give up it about country. They talk about one lady called, maybe they talk about Zuma. They're perfectly correct. Any party they gain in Africa way big past the ANC. Many they say against Alono, the whole of Africa, any party they way big past the ANC. But where Zuma commit crime. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I can correct me. I think that Zuma been there as a sitting president. Now they go after him. And not been there again as a ex-president too. As a sitting president, then go after him. We all see in your own party self turn against him. We see what happen. This idea where people in the fan way for defend this former president are able to get him. Now I make like what that man said, not true. Because when BOC done, it disappeared for 21 days. People are sure I should be going wait for on the dance. Last week we saw people and go sit down and McKinney, the dance finance by Koroma. How then people are going to know say something to go on with we? Then the same one they talk say tin tranga, papa government, but at the same papa government and they wouldn't eat you money, we don't kill you picking them. Because we don't see who side picking them to get home back. We don't see who side in the bond for picking them, no matter they put them. We they see who side young picking and they talk about infant mortality. And money they come for the country. Now them money they need them for the building facility. Then the same people are waiting them money they go to back the dance behind. Then you wait and go put mic before you say, Papa government, help we. Sometimes they just free for long say, you know, you not deserve help. I mean, why we forgive Ernest by Koroma a pass? After everything, when we all eye open, we see what thing they go on. Now that country, they and waiting in cabal them, waiting and do. If they not forgive this, it not they above the law. To me, all they before do, we side the ACC office there, and on the side there, put army man in the 3 miles in a radius from inside the office there. Yes, I said they can do them. Just put barrier them all over 3 miles, all the intersection, and block them all, bring the man in. Let them answer questions. If they not do what they charge them for, it'll go free. Somebody they talk say, the ACC boss, the guy not lie. Me listen to him, na AYV, I listen to him na 98.3. When they interview him, he said then they talk about he communicate with the lawyer them for Gona McKinney, but that in the link towards calm na free tongue. That not tell you say where is it lean toward. That not tell you say in the talk say oh na free tongue and they can't then change your mind. No, it's a it lean towards kind of free tongue. Well, circumstances can arrive, something arrive, it change your mind. Not a bad thing. If they want to go and I make when they talk about diversity, if they get offices then are all the headquarters them, nothing wrong with that. Let them go to the headquarters na McKinney. If they get any headquarters there, let them go interview them. Let them go, just like what he say. In lawyers, they don't come with paper them. Say, or everything, the charges them with them charge them clients, they want to look them through. Yes, if it happen, in case, just take it through cases like that. With prosecution, they just pull things them where they not hand over, then they count evidence, and where they not hand over the evidence they did to the defense. Sometimes the judge can throw away them. So what in the guy do? Is they on the right cause? The lawyer they say they need time, let them give them the time. Let them give them the time. So we need money, and that's why Koroma not they above the law. Then for try, then for interview this man. We want to know which side that money we in a nephew John Bonus to say what happened to Sarah Rutai. We want to know what happened with the 100 bus system. We want to know what happened with that Chinese company. Enough is enough. Then they talk say not to lie. Show me any party or any president who don't go this far for anti-corruption. We don't get them. We don't get commission of inquiry, but we not get nothing that we don't go this far. That's what you say. We don't step down the go on. Because we don't want the suicide and drag a president like this na saloon for anti-corruption. For all of them, they don't get them from the 60s. This is not the first one. So we're doing on the right footing. Long to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Yes, caller, are live on here? Your name and the call from, please.
Yeah, this is not Patrick.
Really, Patrick, why are you here?
And I don't say hard for stay away from Sarah Network.
I know, but we wish you a speedy recovery, sir. You get the platform.
Well, I don't get much for say. I just want to thank everybody for the support, for the prayer, and make me feel proud that yes, and their family, they will love me, were there for me. You know, even that prayer alone, that concern alone, they go far. You know, so as you always they say, no stress, and I'll go back for Leone. I don't want to talk that much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Continue for Pressy. Gotta go give Patrick speedy recovery, and he go come back strong. I don't get much for say today. Since where this thing happen, I begin for look in the way we Sierra Leoneans them, then they behave towards the politicians them. And one thing I be able to come up with, for say, we the Sierra Leoneans them, we for able for take Sierra Leone, the country, as a product, then the president as a CEO. What do I mean by that? But, however, we don't take the CEO past the product. What do make you they use certain products? Now, because you lack the product. Some product then they will use, you don't even know who that they be in. You don't know who that they be in at all. But you lack the product. Let me say a service. Yeah? Some services then they will use. You get option. You either go buy in a store or you order from Amazon or eBay. The people that will set up that, you don't even know them. But what to make you they buy from those people now because the service way then they provide, you lack them. But for we Sierra Leoneans, then what do you think? We don't care about the service being provided. All we care about now the CEO. All we care about now the person where they up there. Even if the service where they deliver not correct, you still think say you don't even care about the service. All you hear they pa uda the way they up. But until we try for say whoever is there as the CEO, we not just say this product, now so we want them for make it better we. Now so we want them for make it better we. But no, we eyes always na by the CEO them. But in real life, we know they do that. We know they do them in real life. In real life, they say, oh, Worcester chicken, go Worcester chicken. They buy Worcester chicken for waiting for because it tastes good. You know they buy them because of that person where they on top. Even the person at the kitchen, if you know even Sabia. So that make even when a politician, a good politician go rogue, a good politician go corrupt, you're still not able to differentiate between the product and the CEO. You're still not able because you don't care about the product. What do you care about now? That person up here no more. So the same way we see people and they shout right now, Madabio, everywhere. Oh, all the names them, we then go call. Let's say tomorrow, then find President Bio wanting. Those same people will not back down. They will not turn their back. No. That's the same people and back go they shout. Just like where them be they shout before for former president for say world best. Not about the delivery, not about the product. Then at the mortal man I didn't care about. So because they don't shout world best ready, so they feel say now if world best is going down, now they all for go down. Or they not for allow world best for go down, they for put their hand under. Now I make we then go say some President Bio go, you not tell you tata, you not seeing whereabouts, you don't go for almost weeks, then you have put say, oh, you know what thing, we there on honeymoon, where then can then go print t-shirt back, then go welcome am. Not so, then go print t-shirt back, then go welcome am. Now then say, oh, President Koroma get beaucoup thing de France, 18 thing them way, then feel say go rogue. 18 things the way them feel say go bad. And if France people and they come back. Because waiting do, then just care about who are the CEO, the people that are up there. They don't care about the delivery, they don't care about the product. So until we Sierra Leoneans them take for say, Sierra Leone, not the product. We want light, we want water, we want these people we do. We don't even care about who is up there. But because they want the way they cook, we boku pass them. So every time we eyes them at the kitchen, every time for see that they come on at the way they carry it. Now make I don't tell we say, make we cook for them. Because if we cook for them, they're not going able for it. They're not going able eat. But you know, people them they were what made them for they be not the same thing, no. Not the same thing. Not the same because we eyes on the political leaders instead of the delivery. Instead of waiting, what kind of changes will you don't get? From 19 zot, now the same thing with the government today. The same thing, if not worse. Because as time they fly, as things they get better, something for happen good for we all. But oh yeah, no. Like I said, Francis Benkefala, what he tell you exactly now he tell you. Then say if lawyer then can say lawyer ne candy. Not a lawyer we invite. Now the person is safe. And then that the ACC will know. Now they back down for nobody. That makes sometimes you know just they talk. Because we talk, now they come back, they can't haunt you. Eh? Sierra Leoneans, we have to wake up. Even when we open the phone line, you get from outside different people and they come up from. We have people that are patriots, of course, yes. But we get for make up we mind, we the people. We the people. We the people. Eh? We the people, oh, now we get the problem. Eh? Now we get the problem until we try to point out how many people don't go to anti-corruption, don't go report corruption matter. You go say because you not believe the process. But you don't give them a try? You don't give them? Eh? We need for wake up Sierra Leoneans then. You get for know what you want, then you go for them. But me, I plead to we, say, they want the in office, let us just forget about them. Let we look on the delivery. Let we look on the delivery. Because that the product, Sierra Leone, now the product to get. Because if we all able to sit down and say, you know what, but we no get water. Well, for the island, then people had the name they say, water safe we no get. And you know what, politicians not like? People they ignore them. I don't know if you notice that. Politicians don't want to that they ignore them more. Politicians don't want that they give them cold shoulder. You don't want. Eh? You don't want to that they give them cold shoulder. But until we begin getting cold shoulder, we then cancel side, we treat them one kind way, we ask what happen, they say, Pana for that water, we're not greedy. Pana for that light, so you so they try, instead of go ask question, know that they wait itself. You look, I don't know if you be able to watch yesterday when they opened the clock tower in Kenema. I went to Kenema, we interviewed the people, we interviewed the mayor of Kenema. They were not happy. The parliamentarian, they say, Pasuda get bad that too. Now I go say this government, don't do boku thing for Kenema. Like seriously, just because of that one clock tower now. Now the politician, they want to whisper the people of Kenema. Eh? Kenema, they suffer per road, they suffer per light. Yes, then they try for the now, but go can't say because of the clock tower now don't team up, they can't tell the people they say, Pasuda no one talk to, Pasuda no they forget God, Pasuda will get by that, then go say this government no don't do boku thing for Kenema. You see how then they play with the minds of people? I listened to me, I was like, please. Hey. But so now who said now the people now they allow them, let them play with mind like that. That was the same thing the other time where President Bill, the people of Bode Gombo say lights no, because we're not able for shun them, we're not able for turn we back, but they made them feel one kind way. But before that, what people say, hey, if you not pull me out today, safe, lights they come. Lights they come. Well, the people back for say, okay, well, until you say they come, we'll go try out, we'll go pull you. We get for reach to that stage where now the delivery, now we focus at not the person. Not the person. Eh? From waiting to world best. From world best now for go meet with ACC. And you see people still shouting. And if we not cut that link, if we not break the link, the same thing will happen over and over again. Because of one little thing. One little thing. Just one little thing. Now they use, we able to turn over our country. We able to pull all thing, we scatter all thing. Sierra Leoneans, do ya? A saloon. Now for be the product. You they buy, we are the diaspora, who corrupt, but me, I don't talk over and over. Say the politician, they don't get diaspora outside the one way. You sponsor we, when we win, we come with you. Diaspora will never vote. Now, for able to sit down and make wise decision, but say no, we're able to tell it the way it is. Eh? We're able to tell it the way it is. Say, hey, no, this is not right, but diaspora not go and talk to. Diaspora not go and talk to. Because we think they afraid to say, if you see them can't just know, myself a defense slot. Everybody thinks, say, when you go inside politics, and for go get rich. Politics get money. Who tell you that? A corrupt politician gets money. A corrupt politician ain't get money. But if you're there to serve, if you're there to serve, remember who small. They're lawyers there. And they're all party. They're all Benz, they're all Motukade in ABC. But now, the younger and the older day. I beg, not try there. So what am I saying here? We need for courts, then today, where they make we think, say, we political party, we political leaders, and they no more able to make salon. But if we all come together and work, Salon will be a better place. The ACC commissioner, they don't always say, in they do lifestyle audits. I hope say they take note too. I hope say they take note because some lifestyle they see right now, they need to be audited. They need to be audited. If not, at the same time, go back down the road. Because some man, the carry they don't pay right now. Oh, now they left whole thing. We go there back tomorrow. Now one salon we get. Sierra Leone should be the products. Some product then the way they use, you don't even know who that the CEO be. You don't even know. You don't know that the CEO be. But we, the first year we want to know that the CEO. And I say, hey, this ministry, it's who that did it? Hey, I need for do something na this place. You know, Sabi nobody there. Salon. Sometimes, To me talk, Timbuktu say waiting the park clock tower, not to better development, and just a structure. The clock tower self na Africell, and then financer, and then Bila. Say no more than say they elect the president, I make them put the president. Africell self, wait. I made the last time president build they go. He can't go America. So me them go tell other investors and say Salon a good place for invest. Africell, yeah. You know, see, I beg you, woman can do business. They just stay and let do business. Let them come up with politics. We're there tomorrow. I'll just take a rest. Salon issue. Right now, we'll go to, we know they pass 3 hours. Some 10 and 7 or 2 hours. We'll go straight to the point and do with that. Can't you do it? Yeah, say self no stress. No stress. But let's wake up. Lord, be positive for the love of our country. But with money, we want them. We want them. The country get money for Koroma. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again, Triple C. Tata.